Well guys, this is my third attempt at melting the aluminium, and I wanted to cast some larger round pieces for some larger gears that I'm going to cut. And last night I got the temperature up to just over 800 degrees. It was about 803, and I seem to have a bit more success with melting the aluminium. I still don't think I'm quite high enough with the temperature, but it was getting late on, and I gave it a try. I poured it into this this mould with a loose base, and this is the result. I'm quite pleased with it. It's a nice uniform shape, nice thickness for what I need, and reasonably flat. There's a slight curvature on the bottom where the mould was, but pretty flat on the top. I preheated the mould before I poured the aluminium in, so I'm very pleased with the outcome of that. While I had the oven on, I put that piece of cast iron in that I wanted to anneal. I had tried to machine it and it was pretty tough. So I thought, kill two birds with one stone, and I put that in the back. Now that's been cooling down overnight. The temperature now is, when did I turn it up? About 9 o'clock. So it's been turned off about 12 hours, and we're still at 346. So I certainly need the gloves to get this out, but I think it's a safe temperature now not to have affected the annealing. But yeah, still too warm to put your hand in without the gloves. Oh, phew. That is hot. So, well, I can't see any visible cracks. I'm just going to leave it there now to cool down. Well, what I've learned up to now, guys, the short experience that I have with this, is that this oven isn't really suitable for. It will do the job, but it's not ideally suited for melting aluminium. It just takes too long for the temperature to build up. So I think I'll save this just for the heat treatment, and I'm definitely going to build a propane furnace. Right guys, I've machined both sides and I've just been looking at the gear calculator. 54 teeth gives an outside dimension of 118.5 millimeters. Now the number of teeth that I'm cutting isn't critical, I can adjust that, but we're not far off. I've not touched the outside diameter of this yet. We're probably a millimetre over what it needs to be, so I'm going to start machining this down. If I do get a decent finish all the way around on the 118, then that's good to go. If not, I can adjust the number of teeth. As I say, the number of teeth isn't critical. Not quite there yet. Well, I'm almost there now, probably another millimetre off. And see if I'm still inside those dimensions. Well, I'm just not quite a millimetre under now, guys, so what did I about 54 teeth? I'm going to recalculate it at 53 and see what dimension that gives me. And but it's cleared, it's cleaned up pretty well now on all round. I'm just going to put a chamfer on the two corners. Well, I've just recalculated, and initially I had 54 teeth. I've just done a recalculation at 52 teeth, which gives me 114.3 millimetres, which is exactly 4.5 inches. So I'm going to aim for that, guys. Probably wants a couple of millimetres off. We're not far off there, guys. A bit of sandpaper, I believe. Well, that's ready for mounting into the dividing head now on the milling machine, guys, so that's good to go. What I'm going to do first of all, the cast iron weight that I had in the heat treating oven, I'm going to put that back in the lathe and see if that machine's any easier. Well, that's better, guys. I should be able to machine that now. Right, guys, I've got the arbor mounted into the dividing head. I've pressed the gear blank on the arbor press. I've got a slight problem. Initially this dividing head came with this large mounting plate that the base was bolted onto, and I've used this on the vertical mill, but the bed on the horizontal is nowhere near the size, so I've decided not to use that. I've taken that off, and the problem I've got now is that the tailstock isn't the correct height for the dividing head now, the centre line. The centre line of the choke is 3¼ inches, and this is the tailstock's 4, so I'm an inch too high with the tailstock. Now, I had been toying with the idea of machining the base down for this, but I don't think that would leave enough meat for the mounting brackets. So, with me only cutting aluminium, I've put a machine jack under this end, and I'm going to take it nice and easy and see how that goes. Now, I've already taken a full pass. As it's set up at the moment, I've already taken a complete pass round, and I believe I'm set up correctly with the wheel, and the last I've just put a small scratch on the surface of this, and they all line up, and the last one comes into line, so I think I'm good to go there, guys. I've gone down to, initially I was aiming for 54 teeth, and I didn't have quite enough diameter once I turned it down to get that, so I've reduced it down now to 52 teeth. So I think we're right for a start there. I'm not going to take the full depth of cut on the teeth on the first pass. Probably down about 2-3 millimeters. I just want to see how it cuts. This is a brand new gear cutter, so that should be okay. I just want to see how it goes with this jack under this end. Well, I've cut about 10 teeth there, guys, and the cutter's still lining up with the scratch marks that I put on initially, so that seems to be working okay. The arbor that I made with the #1 moist taper, possibly a bit on the flimsy side. I think it's just about beefy enough for the aluminium, but if I was cutting cast or steel, I'd probably move up to a #2 moist. It's just a bit on the flimsy side, but with it being aluminium I think we're okay. But yeah, teeth are starting to take shape now. Let's carry on. Well, the moment of truth, guys. I've done all the way around. All the teeth are cut now. Let's see if the first one still lines up. Well, I'm very pleased with that, guys. All the teeth look uniform. The first tooth that I cut lines up with the cutter once it's done a full turn. So I'm going to raise the table, and first of all I'm going to see if it'll cut. Now it's taken the initial cut, I'm going to see if it'll coat with taking the full depth of coat. This is number 52. All done, guys, time to have a look at them. Yeah, I'm very pleased with those, guys. So, 52 teeth. Let's bring in a bit closer. And that's a better view. Well, the number one most taper arbor, it did cope, and I managed without the tailstock with the machinist jack. But as I say, it's only aluminium, so if I was doing a piece of steel or a cast iron, I think I'd go for a larger arbor, just a bit on the flimsy side. And but with the aluminium, it's managed to do the job. Now I've got a lot of gears to cut. It's a large automaton that I'm going to try and put together, and there'll probably be about 12-15 gears involved altogether, different sizes. So I need to order another gear cutter that will cut, I think this does 34 to 54. I need one that'll cut something around about 15 teeth. So I've got to order one of those. But I've got a lot of aluminium to cast as well, so I think before I even start on that, I'm going to try and put that propane forge together. It'll just make casting the aluminium a lot quicker. But I'm pleased with the way the aluminium has come out. No holes or cracks or anything. It's a good solid piece. Well, I'm going to wrap this up here, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.